Well, howdy y'all. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Alex. I'm an IFB figure pro, online health and fitness coach, content creator, blah, 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 blah. Long time no chat, as per usual. Very sorry about that, really and truly. Promise I'm trying to get back on my grind, okay? So, here we are, and that's what matters. One thing about me, though, I'm going to commit to the bit, and that's where that horrible southern accent came from, because I just returned from a trip to Texas. Boy, do I have a lot of updates for you guys. Whoa. The first update being that I don't know if I'm actually at liberty to discuss this, but greens are restocking in August from Buff Chick. Use code Alex. Listen, I know the wait is frustrating. You need to understand that this company grew at an exponential rate, and I love it so much because there's no better company that deserves the growth. But like what that means is that sometimes if a core product goes out of stock, it can take a long time. There's like this strategic thing they have to do where they ensure that they're ordering the proper amount and not too much that it's going to go bad on shelves, but also enough to like meet consumer demand. Whatever. Anyway, I digress. Back to the topic at hand. One thing about me is that I'm going to commit to the bit. And so I just returned from a little trip to Texas. And this is, normally 98% of my travel is work related. I'm there on a work trip. It's either like do I dare say brand trip? I guess that's what they would be if I travel with Butt Chick or with HUMMUS Fit. Like it's almost always for work related things. This trip, however, was to marry somebody. I officiated a wedding, which was so awesome. But my boyfriend is originally from Texas, so we took a little extra time so that I could have a bit of a Texas experience. And so, have a Texas experience? I sure did. Immediately upon landing, we met one of my friends who lives down there for barbecue. Fire. The barbecue was phenomenal. Then we went on over to the HEB, primarily because I was looking for the blueberry muffin almond butter. They did not have the blueberry muffin almond butter, but they did have the pecan pie. Where is it? Pecan pie, which is delicious. And then what else was another primary portion of my Texas experience? We went on down to the Buc-ee's. And it was, first of all, should have known, it was like 11 a.m. on a Saturday. It was so busy. It was so overwhelming. I wanted to like take video and make a little TikTok. Couldn't. I did, however, get a t-shirt and possibly one of the worst iced coffees I've ever had in my life. Then for the final leg of my Texas experience, we went to a Waffle House, and it was it was so good. First of all, the food was great, but just the experience, the vibes, like all the workers were just kind of like shit talking and bantering, and it was just like the vibes were so good. The food was really good. I'm not a big waffle lover, but the way that they make their waffles, I thoroughly enjoyed because it's more like a pancake, but a little crispy. I don't know. Anyway, really, really loved it. And then as we were walking out, my boyfriend, first of all, I can't take that man anywhere. See, this is the bit. I can't stop with the horrible Texas accent, southern accent, and it just keeps getting worse, worser and worser. We're walking out of the restaurant, right? And this lady's walking out behind us, and she goes, "You two are a perfect couple." And then she goes, "She's swole. She's swole. You swole too, but she's swole. I bet she beats your ass." First of all, you need to understand my man is a weapon. I don't beat his ass. It was such a good trip. I had such a great time. And I even wore my cowgirl boots to the wedding, even though my boyfriend told me I was a poser for wearing cowgirl boots. So, there are immediate updates. Had a great time in Texas. Now it's back to the grind. And the reason that I'm chatting so much with you here while I take my little supplement routine is because I'm self-coaching. I know. Sharp left turn from the last what I eat in a day. Where do I go from here? Anyway, I'm self-coaching. I put myself in a little bit of a cut. I'm prepping. It's like a mock prep for the Angel Competition Bikinis fashion show in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm just a southern girl now. Just kidding. It's cowboy themed though. I'm very excited. And although I feel like fine about my body, like there's no issues with my body image, I just feel unslay. And I have no qualms about getting on stage in my off season, my improvement season body. But it could be better. I want to feel more comfortable. I want my clothes to fit better. So that's what I'm doing. We spent like a tremendous amount of time just kind of like chasing some markers that are just never going to improve for me. I have PCOS, as we discussed. And along with that comes insulin resistance, increased inflammation response, hypothyroidism. Did I mention that already? Probably. Sometimes amenorrhea, which is due to, for me, what I know, due to like years of like blood work as a bodybuilder, is that loss of my menstrual cycle is due to low progesterone. I don't have enough, like I have a regular menstrual cycle. It's very strange, actually. Like, it's so interesting. And I wish that we would talk more about menstrual cycles because, like, I'm not claiming to be a hormonal guru, but I do think that the more in tune somebody who menstruates is with their body and with their menstrual cycle, the better hold we have on things like PMS, negative thoughts and feelings during our luteal phase, why we feel absolutely insane and ready to ravage anybody with a body during ovulation. You know what I mean? So what I know is that I have a regular menstrual cycle. I know when my ovulation window is. I know when I'm PMSing. I understand my luteal phase. I know when my follicular phase is. And it's actually very regular. But because I don't have enough progesterone to trigger it's the corpus luteum, blah, 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 whatever. After ovulation, you get a spike in progesterone that triggers the corpus, like causes all of the lining in your uterus to start growing in preparation for a baby, right? And then if the egg is not inseminated, then that's when you get the menstrual bleed. Well, for me, I never get that spike of progesterone that could potentially cause a successful pregnancy. And so therefore I never get a successful menstrual bleed. So super regular, just don't have enough progesterone. Tired of chasing it. But it was just getting to a point for me where I was like so stressed out as we're chasing some of these biomarkers that are just never going to look normal. Like I have my normal, they're never going to look textbook normal. And it was getting to a point where I was like so stressed out. My resting heart rate was through the roof. My fasted blood sugar was through the roof. I was like very stressed and anxious. I was so stressed about like checking in. I'm following my protocol to a fucking T. Again, in my off season, I'm not using things like almond milk or sugar-free ketchup, like no extras. I'm using salt and pepper only as seasonings. And I just got to a point where I was starting to feel like very orthorexic, you know, to the point that even my boyfriend was like, it's okay to relax sometimes, babe. And I was like, oh, okay, we need to make a change here. So I'm self-coaching now. Will I prep myself? Absolutely the fuck not. But what I am going to do is clean up, low-key prep myself for this Angel Competition Bikinis fashion show. Code Alex if you need a bikini, BT dubs. And then I'm going to reverse myself out and then eventually start shopping for a prep coach to do my pro debut. Whew, that was a lot of updates right out the gate. Holy shit. All right. There's more, but we'll get to it later. Today is a rest day. I'm going to take you along on my rest day. Maybe I'll show you what I'm eating. Maybe I won't. For right now, I just finished 30 minutes of fasted cardio and I'm ready to eat some breakfast. Girls, do I look gorgeous today? Tell me true, because I need to record some stuff. And I'm honestly a little bit nervous. Who remembers from the prep vlog the dick that was painted on my garage wall? My little brother was so kind as we were doing construction to turn it into a butterfly. So whoever buys my house won't have a dick painted on the wall of their garage. Yeah, I guess I haven't updated you guys. My house is officially on the market, which is so crazy. I feel like ever since the divorce in the end of 2023, my goal has been to move. And I stayed planted during prep because obviously like could not be moving mid-prep. The plan is to move out of Washington State, which is crazy. I've been here literally my whole entire life. But I'm so excited. And I'm just manifesting that this week is the week that I get an offer and a buyer and everything will follow through and will close in 30 days. So within a month, hopefully I will be road tripping Let me know if you want to see me vlog the move. I feel like I should give you a house tour too. I don't know. I feel like gosh, I wish I could show you the outside without doxing myself because it literally turned out so cute. If you're not up to speed or if you're newer here, basically what happened is before I got divorced, we were redoing the siding on the house because it was rotted, it was split, it was just awful. And then I got a divorce. We were DIYing the project because the lowest bid that we got on the project was $50,000. It's like, don't have that. Do not just have $50,000 on hand. So we were DIYing the project, ended up getting it done for about $10,000. So considerable savings, but a lot of labor, and it obviously took an extended amount of time because of the divorce. So it is all officially done. The inside is basically show ready. There have been several showings, a couple of open houses, and I just feel really hopeful. I feel like this is the week. I can just feel it inside of me. So anyway, all of that to say, there is no longer a dick on the garage wall. It's now a beautiful butterfly. The reason we're out here though is because these are, not that anybody's asking for shoe recommendations for the gym, but these are my Flux footwear shoes. Full disclosure, the company did send me these, but I love them. They are my most reach for shoes. They are zero lift. They've got a nice wide toe box because I've got duck feet. And especially like when I train legs or whatever, I just like to like spread my toes. I actually wear these a lot for travel, like when I'm going to be walking around the airport or whatever. They like easily my most worn shoes. Really, really love them. I can link them down below. I don't get anything for linking them. I just genuinely really love them. But because I wear them so much, they are fucking rancid. So I'm going to toss them in the washer and hope that they like come out okay. They don't have an insert or insole or anything like that. It's just shoe. So I think it should be okay. Because when I tell you like rancid, they are so gross. And that's a little task that I'm doing to distract myself because what I'm about to record. And this is the little task that I'm doing to distract myself. Now, what do I need a distraction from? I'm nervous. I am nervous because I am about to record the intro to the first week of training on Just Another Lifting app. We're shooting for a June 2nd launch. Hopefully I'll have this video up by then, although we all know that I have not been the fastest editor as of late. And I'm so stoked about it. I am so hype. I can show you the dev app if you want. Do you want that? Great, because I'm gonna show you. Here's the little like launch pad, whatever. So it is logged in. Oh my God, my programming's in here. This is so crazy. This is so insane. This is my programming. We've got 3 tracks. We have balanced build, which is even split between upper and lower. We have lower build, which is 3 leg days and 2 upper body days a week. And we also have fast track, which is 4 days a week and slightly lower volume. So that if you need to get in and out in about 45 minutes, you totally can. Honestly, any of the other workouts, with the exception of maybe like some lower body days, should take you right about an hour. Me talking like you're already like joining the app. Listen, I know that every single influencer out there, it appears, has an app these days. That's why it's called Just Another Lifting app. It is literally so cool. So what can I say? I'm so excited. I'm also literally so nervous. As you start, wow, look. If you need an exercise demo, there's a little GIF of me like showing you how to do the exercise with a little description of how to perform it. Like I said, it's still in dev, but as you begin on some of your stuff, like your compound movements and some of the accessories, they're assigned like in a top set, back offset fashion. So there's a little blurb to explain to you how to perform a top set and a back offset. So I need to film the little introductions. It's called Coach's Notes, so that I can explain what the thought process behind the macro cycle. So this is a 12-week macro cycle. The first macro cycle is power building, and the meso cycle is going to focus on building a little bit of work capacity. Think of a macro cycle as a book and a meso cycle as a chapter within the book. So the first 4 weeks of the macro cycle are mostly just focused on getting a feel for the cadence of the workouts, building a little bit of work capacity, familiarizing yourself with how to perform a top set and a back off set, as well as some other, like just familiarizing yourself with some of the movements.
from week to week. The accessories undulate. Oh my gosh, this is so great. Thanks for being my sounding board, guys, because I was trying to like figure out how to phrase things and what I'm gonna say. I don't know. I'm really overthinking the fuck out of this in all honesty, and I know that, but I want this to do well so badly because, you know, I've been making content online for a few years, and I have been asked for years now, do you have a workout program? Do you have a workout program? And I was going to make like some PDFs. I was never really happy with it, like just the way they turned out. Personally, I don't love pulling up a PDF on my phone to train from. And at one point I was going to work with a graphic designer, and that kind of like fell apart. I don't know. She returned to me the most cheesy looking like PDF, and I didn't know how to tell her that like it was really bad. And so that was on me for really poor communication. But she also took that really badly. She felt that she had done work that she wasn't being, you know, like paid for. And I was like, no, like I explained to you, like, I'm not going to pay for this because it's really bad. Here are edits that I want to see, which I think is normal when you're working with a graphic designer. Like it's normal to not just get approval on like everything. At any rate, I digress. I didn't like PDFs. And so when I was approached about putting this app together, it felt like a no-brainer because a few of the pillars that I stand on in content creation are that, or at least especially in the health and fitness space, is that it can be so cost prohibitive for so many people. And I think that while there is a ton of good information online from influencers, a lot of times like I've seen some of the PDFs these influencers put out or some of the workouts, and they're just like they're crazy high volume. Like these workouts take like 2 hours, and it's like, let's just cut through the bullshit. Because at the end of the day, what I love most, I may be a bodybuilder, I may be a former powerlifter, but what I love most is training. And I love all training modalities. And my hope is always to encourage and ignite and excite people about lifting and help them also find that same passion, because lifting weights, and this is like one of the pillars of JALA, just another lifting app. JALA, isn't that cute? But the training is about more than just aesthetics and changing the way that your body is. So although like the primary focus of my programming is, yes, hypertrophy and strength, because the two go hand in hand. You can't really have one without the other sometimes. At the end of the day, lifting has also given me the ability to troubleshoot. It's taught me perseverance. It's helped me be more capable in everyday life, whether it's helping a friend move or sweeping under the couch. Lifting offers us so much more than just changing the way our bodies look. And that is the greatest gift that I have been given in the gym. And so it like, I want that so badly for other people also. And so hopefully by putting this app out, I don't know. Anyway, I am still just really stalling. I have about 40 minutes before I need to take my dog to her monthly nail appointment. And then I have a massage and I am way overdue for it. So I'm going to film these videos before I overthink it too much more. Okay. Girls, I just got a massage. Okay, listen, the morning has low-key been kind of a little bit hectic because I finally got that recording done. It only took me approximately 27 takes. And then I had to take Ruby to get a nail appointment. That place was just off the chain crazy. And so I was running late. So I texted my massage lady because I was supposed to have a 90-minute massage today. And I was like, hey, so sorry, I'm running late. She was like, no worries, I'll show up. She ended up giving me a 2-hour massage. And now I'm wrecked. So popped lunch in the air fryer because I still have client check-ins to do. If you're one of my babies, I'm sorry. This is what I'm drinking. They sent it to me. It's yummy. Perfect. Ice to liquid ratio. Look at me, I'm wrecked. I feel like this is good enough. I did take a bite of my burrito before I put her in the air fryer. Why? I don't know. Burrito and green beans. For the green beans, you know. I just got the mustard piss everywhere. I fucking hate that. And look I'm gonna use a seasoning that's not just salt and pepper because life should be enjoyed. That's actually crazy. I'm so glad that I only went through that for like a couple of weeks before I was like, okay, I need to be in charge of my mental health here. I will say, before I influence anybody to just kind of go out and dump their coach because they're feeling a little orthorexic, it is imperative that you communicate these things. And that's what I did for a few weeks. And it wasn't being responded to or addressed, which is fine because that's not necessarily in a coach's wheelhouse to address an eating disorder. But I mean, personally, the way that I coach my clients, if there are some mental health issues, if there are some disordered thoughts around food, body image, whatever, we're going to address that. I'm going to give you some things to think about or some options to reframe. Obviously, I'm not a mental health professional. I'm not qualified to deal with those things, but I'm also not going to be responsible for pushing somebody to the point that their relationship with food or their body degrades heavily. But that 100% requires client-side communication. So, burrito, hummus fit, corrales. Chili garlic Cholula. I'm gonna inhale this so that I can get to my check-ins. Shall we start with the good news or the bad news? The good news. While I was in the grocery store, my realtor texted me, says, can you do a showing at 7:30 tonight? Is that convenient? No. Do I want to sell my house more than I want things to be convenient? Yes. Manifesting that buyer, I'm telling you. I do wonder if it was the people that were just like sitting outside just a couple minutes ago. Wouldn't that be crazy? Anyway, the bad, tattoo got canceled. Well, not so much canceled, just pushed off to Thursday. So, groceries acquired. Gonna go home, put these away. Need to clean up the house because I've been home for a grand total of less than 48 hours and have already thrashed the bitch. So, better get it show ready again. No, because it's genuinely crazy trying to keep my home this fucking clean, especially with this little dude. Are you ready, girl? We gotta leave. For dinner, we're just gonna do a bit of a sweet treat because it's gonna be quick and easy to put together. Obviously, need a treat spoon. I wish that I had a Ninja Creamy base prepped, but alas, I do not. So we'll do some Fage Total Zero. I think I'm a little too hungry actually, because I feel like a little bit like stressed out and just kind of, wah! Why does Fage can somebody explain to me, is there a yogurtologist in the house? Explain to me why Fage comes with the foreskin. Obviously, the most goated whey ISO on the market, fudge brownie from Buff Chick SUPPS. Code Alex if you know what's up. I have a love-hate relationship with this little scale that has the decimal point on it. Love it because of the improved accuracy. Hate it because sometimes I do be obsessing over hitting that little decimal point just right for whatever food item it is that I'm weighing out. It was very nice, I will say, when I was previously working with somebody who wanted me to weigh out my salt. So I'm therefore I'm certain that eventually when I am in a position to prep again and I'm ready for that and to hire somebody, it'll be useful to be able to track, measure, weigh my sodium intake. Fudge brownie is just the best chocolate protein powder on the market. Point blank, period. I'm honestly kind of a yogurt hater. The only reason that I have these yogurts even on deck is for the sake of the creamy. For fats, I'm gonna use some of this dark chocolate almond butter that I got while I was in Texas. I do wish that it was like a little bit melty and drizzly, but she thick. You know, just break it up into chunks. Okay, that was actually like a really bad strategy because now I just have chocolate almond butter all over my fucking fingers. Okay, cool. Don't recommend that. Okay, so we've got hella protein in this meal. We've got our fat source. We do need something that grows at every meal, so since green beans would be a very strange addition to this, and I strongly dislike blueberries with chocolate, we're gonna do some raspberries. 50 grams, 50.3 to be precise. And then because I cannot do yogurt without a crunch, I'm just gonna crunch up this rice cake.
Maybe I could also use the rice cake as like a vehicle. Use the yogurt as a spread and the rice cake as a vehicle. But this seems like it'll make for more efficient eating. This day of eating was not my best work, but that's okay. I'm gonna feed my dog, watch Vanderpump Villa while I eat this, because I already watched all of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And then I need to be out of here by like 7:20 so they can tour at 7:30. Okay, we're home. What did I do? I went and got a Baja Blast, a zero sugar Baja Blast, and this toy for my boyfriend's son because his birthday is this weekend. It's so cool. Look at him. They were here for a really long time. I drove by after the like 25-minute mark and they were still here. They were chatting in the front yard. And I feel like that is a good sign. I don't know. I'm trying to look at my house through objective eyes. Okay. You know the kitchen. You know, love the kitchen. God, I love this floor so much. Here is the living room. Okay. She's like, there's a whole situation over there, but it's like, here's what it looks like when you're standing at the front door. It's like, oh, how cute and welcoming and just inviting. Okay. And then we traverse through the house. There's the shitter, whatever. I painted the ceiling blue. Sometimes I look at some of these decisions I made and think, why did I do that? I'm sure lots of people don't like that. Anyway, moving right along. This is the blue room, aka the guest room. I mean, it is what it is. Coming along into the hallway, we've got my office, which is totally like depersonalized now. It's just so boring, but I walk there and I work there. Okay, and then coming along into the bedroom, this is where the magic happens. Kat, were you nice to the people that were here? Thank you. What do you have to say for yourself? Watch this, guys.
Can I have tissues? Thank you. He gives me tissues.
Okay, so let's go through the checklist, shall we? We talked about how I am now self-coaching. Low-key mini prepping, mini cutting myself for the Angel Competition Bikinis fashion show. Should you need a bikini, you'll use code Alex at Angel Competition Bikinis. Should you be near Nashville, Tennessee, August 9th, you'll also come to the fashion show. Yeah, self-coaching, blah, 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 PCOS. We'll talk more about that, I'm sure. Let's see, selling the house. Did I tell you guys where I'm moving? I'm moving to Texas. I'm moving to Austin. Have I announced that on any other social media? No. Are we going to mention this in comments? No. This is just between us, you guys. I'm trusting you, okay? JALA, just another lifting app, launching Monday, June 2nd. That's all the shit I've been gatekeeping from you, I think. And honestly, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. I'm not good at gatekeeping. I don't like keeping secrets. I like yapping about everything that's going on. So now you know everything that's going on. Let me know if you would like to see more mini cut content. Now I'm just going to yap a little. I have a difficult time talking about weight loss on social media right now with the rise of skinny talk. And like right now, everybody on TikTok is talking about Liv Schmidt getting demonetized. I don't really know Liv Schmidt, don't consume her content. I know that she's like the queen of skinny talk. It is glorified eating disorder behavior, okay? And an eating disorder, you cannot identify an eating disorder. You cannot clock it from the outside looking in. You can only identify it within yourself, right? And so some things to look out for are, do I have some weird thoughts and emotions surrounding food? It's not necessarily like the act of food restriction is not inherently disordered unless it is accompanied by negative thoughts and emotions, okay? And the same holds true for exercise. Exercise, even over exercising as in a prep, when done for a short amount of time like that, is not inherently disordered unless, again, it is accompanied by those negative thoughts or emotions. The thought that you can out-exercise a poor nutritional choice that you made. The thought
or anxiety that perhaps if you miss a workout, you're going to lose all of your progress and you're going to get fat and whatever. So things like that. The thought that you can't miss a cardio session or you have to hit 10K steps. And if the thought of missing that or not closing your rings on your Apple Watch, if those things bring you anxiety, then we might be headed into disordered territory, okay? And what we should have is a nice, healthy relationship with exercise, because exercise offers us so much more than just changing the way that our bodies look. Exercise offers us the opportunity to improve our bone density so that as somebody who is AFAB is aging, we reduce the likelihood of being diagnosed with osteoporosis. We decrease the likelihood or the negative effects of sarcopenia or the loss of muscle as we age. We improve our ability to balance, which means that we can maintain independence further into old age. It means that should we take a tumble as we age, we are less likely to develop life-threatening side effects of the fall. Falls are like one of the leading causes of death in the elderly population. It also, again, like we were chatting about earlier today, it offers us the ability to be so capable in our lives and in the daily tasks that we do. Exercise should improve our sleep quality. It should improve our mental health. It should improve our state of emotional well-being. And if you're getting to a place where those things aren't happening, then it's time to reassess your why behind pursuing health and fitness. It is time to assess the way that you are framing thoughts around food and nutritional decisions and the way that you think about your body. And especially if you have children, it is really important to be cognitive of the way that you are speaking about your body, and the way that you are talking about exercise and the way that you are speaking about nutritional decisions that you are making, because those things will absolutely leach into the minds of children. Anyway, let me step off my soapbox. Exercise is fun and important and good, and we like it. And we are not going to get disordered about it. And again, I was, again, I totally recognize that the stress and anxiety I was feeling around food and like being able to go on a date night every other week with my boyfriend, fear about missing a workout or having to shuffle my split around or not hitting my steps exactly. I was getting to a place where it was like bodybuilding was no longer adding value to my life. And so I had to reassess my approach to bodybuilding. So anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you in the next one.